Hi, it's Kelly here from Spiritual Awakening Signs, coming to you today with a very exciting masterclass, a long-awaited masterclass, I have to say. It's how to raise your vibration, supercharge your manifesting power and tap into higher frequencies. We've been asked about this for a long time, and I will be honest, you're getting a bit of a behind the scenes content type thing with this masterclass, because this is really content I would exclusively share with my one-to-one clients. So we're giving you a little insight into some of the more top secret stuff, but I know that you'll be able to apply this and it will make such a huge difference to your energy, which is why I'm sharing it today. There's too much of this lower density vibration going on. Let's get you into those higher frequencies as soon as possible. Now we're going to cover everything that you need to know, the instant impact of raising your vibration and why it's the key to spiritual awakening. We're going to cover 10 signs that your vibration's already too low and what to do about it, because I want you to know those signs. Biggest problem is most people don't know what to look for. So you're going to know by the end of this masterclass. 11 surprising everyday things that seriously lower your vibration and how you can avoid them, because they're around us all the time. We need to develop that strength to protect our energies. 5 lies about energetic alignment that are keeping you low vibe. And of course, as we always do, we've got 4 strategies to elevate your energy instantly. I think these techniques and tips are really going to help you hugely to raise your vibration and get you into those higher frequencies as soon as possible. So as I always say, go and get a cup of tea, get a notebook, get a pen. I want you to relax, but I want you to get the most out of this content, because we haven't shared this before. This is all new stuff that we're really releasing, and I think you're just going to love it. Okay, it will really help things hugely. So I'm looking forward to sharing this. Okay. So starting at the beginning, maintaining and most importantly elevating your vibrational frequency is vital for people going through spiritual awakening. It's vital because it's the only way to move out of that old dense energy, the energy of drama, the energy of problems, obstacles. You need to move out of that energy, and instead you want to move into the higher frequency energy, so things like joy, accelerated awakening, a higher vibrational life experience, and of course supercharged manifesting abilities, which is a bit of the secret that we're sharing today. This is something that you're really going to love. Now the thing is that we are more vulnerable to the detrimental effects that negativity can bring, and while most people actually live their life completely unaware and unaffected by the negative impact that low vibrations can bring, unfortunately, if you are energy sensitive, which people going through awakening are, we find that it really throws us out of alignment in a big way. It has an instant effect on our energy. It changes our emotions, our mood, our perceptions. Things start to go wrong in our lives. It's like all of a sudden nothing's flowing. Maybe we've got a string of bad luck. It's like we've been thrown completely out of alignment. And then you're distracted by the intensity of that reaction within your energy system. So whether it's an emotional thing, an energetic thing, your system will react to the low vibrations because it's not a comfortable place to be. We feel low frequencies to our core. We're very aware of them, which is why for the average person who isn't going through awakening, it's no big deal. But for us, it's like this can really throw your day out of alignment, if not much further than that. So like I said, being energy sensitive means that we really have to be quite vigilant about seemingly innocuous things that can actually have a really detrimental effect on our energies. And the thing is, it's not just about, your vibration being lowered, which is definitely something that we want to avoid, and we know that intuitively. It's about the effects that is going to create in our lives. So one drop of negativity can poison the whole well, and it really is the same with us and our precious energy. It needs to be protected to keep you in alignment so that you don't get knocked off course. So if you can begin not only maintaining, because that's the basic, you want to maintain, but you want to elevate, you want to raise your vibrational frequency. If you can begin doing that now, you are bound to see instant shifts that really mark the beginning of a climb to the next level of awakening. This is how you move on up to that higher frequency. And having a higher vibrational frequency really means having a higher vibrational life. If you don't, without that, you are ultimately choosing to reside in those lower vibrations, which we all know intuitively aren't good for us. We also know intuitively that it's not comfortable, But apart from that, we know that awakening occurs in those higher frequencies. So you need to get yourself out of there if you're in low vibrations. It's really something that you have to do for self-care, to look after yourself, look after your energies, look after your awakening. You want to get out of that heavier, dense energy and step into the powerful energy worker that I know that you are. Whether you know it or not, you've got this. And we're going to cover everything that you need to know, with all the secrets too, that we're revealing today, to really help you apply these techniques and raise your vibration pretty much instantly. Okay, it really works. So first of all, let's get into it. Let's talk about the instant impact of raising your vibration and why it is the key to spiritual awakening. Well, if we start at the beginning, everything in the universe is consciousness manifesting as energy, and it vibrates at a certain frequency. We all have a kind of a grasp of that idea, that concept, but your vibration is your energy or your state of being, and your vibrational frequency is directly affected by the energy around you. So you pick up negative energy from other people, places, environments, things around you, your thoughts, your emotions, your perceptions, even your beliefs. This is all affecting that lower vibrational energy. So raising your vibrational frequency can attract positive experiences, positive people, positive circumstances. Not to mention, it is also the secret to supercharging your manifesting superpower too. If you can really shift that energy into higher vibrations, it becomes effortless. It's like making you a magnet. It does it automatically. You don't have to recite things. You don't need affirmations. It's just going to align you with the higher frequencies, and that positivity is going to move right into your space. Okay? The higher that your vibrational frequency is, the more happy and alignment you're going to feel. And you'll notice that the drama settles down in your life and in your awakening. And that is a huge relief. I can tell you from experience, when I went through that, it's like you're just desperate to catch your breath, after the drama of awakening. And then life starts to unfold for you in a much more positive way, because this is what we mean about alignment. When you're in alignment, everything unfolds before you and for you. It's a completely different energy. And these higher vibrational frequencies can revive your spirit. They can improve your mood, your outlook. They can make you that magnet to attract those positive experiences and the life that you really wish for. And as I say, it's an automatic, natural thing. But if we're honest, sometimes in normal daily life, mixed with the delightful chaos that awakening can be, we are just so preoccupied trying to keep our heads above water that we quite often entirely neglect the maintenance of our energy, or certainly the raising of our vibration. So if you want to determine the current state of what your vibrational frequency is, you know that you found the key. It's actually super simple. You just take a look at your current state of mind, or the current state of your feeling. Is it positive or is it negative? And self-awareness will literally tell you the answer. It is as simple as that. It doesn't get any more complicated than that. You don't want to look at the entire spectrum. You just want to say, I'm in a positive vibration, I'm in a negative vibration. Even if it's neutral, you want to get yourself up into those higher frequencies to make sure that you're attracting the most positive things that you can. So, like I said before, when your frequency is elevated, you're going to feel happy, uplifted. You're going to feel loving and positive and energized. When your frequency is low, you're going to feel stressed and exhausted, overwhelmed, anxious, depressed, and just generally troubled. It's not going to feel good. But raising your vibrational frequency isn't just about feeling better. Like I said, for those of us going through awakening who are actually really powerful manifestors, whether we know it or not, it really has very far-reaching effects because your vibrational frequency directly affects your law of attraction, your point of attraction. So you can use affirmations and prayers and ceremonies and concentrated intention, all that you want to manifest the things that you'd like, but the negative vibrations that exist and resonate from your auric field are far more powerful. They are a much more powerful force than the positivity, and they will do the attracting automatically. Doesn't matter what you're thinking or what you're trying to put out, they're in there all the time. They're activated all the time. That's the problem with negative energy. So it's going to attract the exact opposite of what you want, no matter what you do. And this is why. If that's what you've found is happening with you when you try to manifest, there's too much negative energy in your field. We need to raise your vibration up just to improve things. So don't worry about it, because the good news is that your vibrational alignment can be changed instantly. It's a very quick thing to adjust if you know how, and of course we're going to be sharing that in the masterclass today. But let's talk about some of the benefits of maintaining and again raising and elevating that vibrational frequency. So first one, as I said, your manifestation ability is going to be supercharged. This is what takes it to the next level, okay? You're going to have improved emotional balance. You're going to feel that little bit more stable within emotionally. You're going to feel aligned and connected in your relationships. You're going to feel happy, upbeat, joyful, optimistic, what positive feelings you want to feel. This is where we're going with higher frequencies. It depends how high you go. Increased energy and vitality, greater intuition and inspired creativity. This is where you get that inspirational idea. This is where new things come in that have this kind of fresh zest when they hit with the energy. You can have heightened spiritual awareness and life alignment. So this is where things are flowing. I was just thinking about that, and here it is. I was just thinking that would be a good thing for me to buy, and someone gives you it as a gift. It's like there's this really interesting synchronicity that starts to happen. You're going to have clear-headed decision making. So it's going to be a lot easier for you to really be sure about what it is you want and what to do next. You can have reduced resistance and obstacles. So like I said, things start to flow. It's not like bad luck and confusion and frustration. It's like, everything's just unfolding for me. And you're going to have the health benefits of that harmonious body state, because it has been said that when we're in a good energetic state, when our energy is flowing well, it affects the health too. So if you are ready to experience some of these amazing benefits for yourself while raising your vibration in the process, then we can definitely help. And we'll talk a bit more about the resource that we've got for you at the end of the video. But by now you're probably wondering, yes, I'm in, I've got it, I understand, I definitely want to raise my vibration. Well, the problem that I've generally found in my clients is not really that people don't want to change their vibration, or that people don't care or aren't interested. It's that they just don't know the signs to let them know, I'm out of alignment right now, something isn't right in my energy and my vibration is too low. So what I want you to know is you actually have the power to change this, whether you know it or not. And it is really easy when you know how, which of course we'll cover in our 4 strategies just shortly. So let's talk about 10 signs that your vibration is too low, and just see if you resonate with any of the following. So the first sign is that you might feel lost or off course, even if you're not sure what on course actually is. So low vibration might be actively preventing you from really accessing that internal compass that you have. Raising it is going to help you find your path without question. Second sign is feeling overly emotional, or maybe even feeling nothing at all. So negative emotions, whether they're conscious or whether they're actually unconscious, are incredibly toxic to your energy, and that lower density is going to keep your frequency perpetually low no matter what you try to do. It's in there, it needs to be cleared. Fourth sign is constant fatigue, exhaustion or burnout. Now, if you are chronically exhausted, even after things like rest, or maybe even you have caffeine and it's like, no, this is not shifting, it's probably your soul that's actually feeling tired at the time. And it's tired from carrying that low vibration. It costs energy to drag all that energy around with you, that low vibration. Fifth sign is feeling overwhelmed. Now, if you're suddenly avoiding people, social events, maybe even daily tasks, it's a sign that your energy is already dealing with too much density, and those lower vibrations need to be cleared, okay? Sixth sign is mental fog, or a sort of sluggish thinking. So low vibrations in your auric field, they tend to lead to unclear thinking. They can bring confusion and difficulty in decision making, because a lot of the congestion sits up around these upper intuitive chakras, the ones that are close to the mind, and it becomes really difficult to have any clarity. Sign number 8 is a lack of self-care. So if you're struggling to maintain the basics, for example, making healthy food choices, maybe getting enough rest, or avoiding things that are detrimental to your health, or generally neglecting taking care of yourself, there is negative energy at play that really needs to be cleared so that you can move forward healthily and in the right way. The 9th sign is a cluttered home or workspace. So your external surroundings really are a reflection of the inner. And if you've got a cluttered, messy, kind of disorganised or disordered space, it really highlights that your energy is massively out of alignment. And the 10th sign, I'm sure you guys will resonate with this, is health complaints that can't be measured, can't be treated, and can't be healed. So persistent physical symptoms that have no medical cause, nobody can find a medical cause, they can't seem to be measured. When you get tests or you get things checked out, people keep coming back and saying, no, there's no problem there, but you know that there is. And if it can't be healed, it's the result of low vibrations, and it's because these low vibrations block our energies from flowing correctly, and that can impact your health too. So if you resonate with or recognise any of the signs that we've just talked about, your vibrational frequency is low. It's definitely low, and it usually is for most people going through spiritual awakening, unless you know to consistently just kind of boost it that little bit and raise it into the higher frequencies. So the good news is that even if you recognise these signs, recognising low vibrational energy really is the first step to making positive changes. And it's your energy communicating to you that it needs not only maintenance, but it needs elevation to keep it up in those higher, happier frequencies for continued vibrational alignment that actually lasts. This is where we're getting into the content. I mean, it's not just about using something that's going to give you that temporary boost. That's a band-aid. That's like a momentary thing. This will do for now, but a few hours later you feel miserable again, or you know your energy's out of alignment. It kind of reverts back. You need to put something in place that's going to last long term, and we can help with that. So now let's talk about some of the surprising everyday things that are really lowering your vibration, and we'll talk about how to avoid those too, because you'll probably be quite shocked to discover how many simple everyday things that we encounter that really are the culprits to making your vibrational frequency completely plummet. And it doesn't feel good when that happens. You guys will know the signs. It's like, I don't feel right, something's out of alignment, nothing's going right, I feel upset, anxious, depressed, negative emotion, whatever's going on. There's been a reaction in your energy and something doesn't feel right anymore. So what I want you to do is listen to these list of signs. Don't allow them to derail your energy. Protect your energy as much as you possibly can. So let's talk about what these are. You're going to be really surprised that some of these, I've seen them in my clients and people almost don't believe me when I tell them, but they honestly have an effect. So the first one is dehydration. Your energy system can't flow without water, so chronic dehydration really affects your body functions and the energy flow first and foremost, so you need to make sure that you're hydrated. The second is interacting with or being around toxic or narcissistic people. Now that one's probably not too much of a surprise, but if you're spending time around energy draining individuals, it's really going to suppress your spirit. It's going to amplify that negativity within you that they will then feed off of. So it becomes this cycle, and it increases the likelihood of further abuse too. And we don't want that. Get away from that energy as much as you can. The third one is stress. So if your day is jam-packed with stressful tasks, time constraints, a lot of exhaustion, then the tiredness is going to deplete your energy and create this low vibration that's just lacking in life force. You need to make sure that you get enough rest. The fifth is too much tech time. So I've had to do this in my work. You need to take regular breaks from tech in any way, shape or form, and it's the norm these days. We're so used to sitting on our phones, using laptops, watching TV and all these different things all the time. But excessive use of electronic devices guarantees energy drainage, and it really can zap your energetic reserves. So you want to make sure you just take those little breaks to let your energy replenish. The sixth one is a low vibe environment. So if you are in rooms or buildings that host negative, conflict-laden or toxic environments, it's a fast track to lowering your frequency. Now, we know that if we're in an environment where there's a lot of toxicity, even if the people aren't in it at the time, there's still a resonance to that, and we can pick up on that. But you also might not be aware that even the land that you're on, if there's an associated negative history connected to that land, you might not even be aware of. It could be much older than you in your lifetime. we unconsciously pick up on the pain or the conflict that occurred there because we're so sensitive, and that can just plummet your energy so quickly. The 7th is poor diet. Now, low vibrational foods and things that we consume like alcohol, caffeine, and chemical laden or like processed products, they really rob us of the nutrients and the whole foods that are going to enhance and rejuvenate our spiritual energy. And I've seen it certainly in myself, but in my clients too. If you consume too much of that low vibe stuff, your energy is going to be low vibe too. Number 8 is limiting beliefs and perceptions. So you need to watch out for this one, and this is probably the trickiest one of them all. You need to be mindful of the thoughts you have and the things that you typically tell yourself. For example, maybe the thought always comes into your mind, nothing ever works out for me, or I never have enough. It's you want to be trying to reframe as much as you possibly can to reach that higher vibe state. It's a little bit like using affirmations. So if the thought pops up, nothing ever works out for me, you want to catch that thought. It's okay that your system has thought it, because that does happen, but you want to just reframe that a little bit and say, sometimes I've had some challenges, but all in all, I'm healthy, I'm well, I've got everything that I need. Things can work out for me. Just try and reframe it. Even if you can only do just a little bit more in that positive direction, it makes a big difference. Number 9, this one's going to surprise you. Trash. There's a reason why feng shui enthusiasts won't tolerate excessive rubbish in their homes. So expired food, mouldy food, foul-smelling trash, even broken items, they need to go. So they bring with them a really low vibration that is instantly lifted when you clear it from the home environment and from your space. It's just a little thing to be aware of, because most people aren't aware of this at all, but it genuinely has an effect on your energy. Number 10 is lack of enjoyment and rest. So weariness, as we know, depletes us, where joy and even rest and recuperation really recharges and revitalizes the energy, brings us into that higher vibrational state. And number 11 is stagnant energy. If you don't regularly clear and cleanse the energy of your home space, it really becomes congested with that old stagnant energy, and it ensures that any time that you spend in the home environment is going to lower your vibration just because you're in that space. You can't be in that space and be different to what's completely surrounding you. You're going to pick it up because you're sensitive. So apart from the fact that you need to protect, you need to regularly clear and cleanse the energy of your home. Now, if you recognise any of the above, any of the ones that we've just talked about, if they're something that's in your space on a daily basis, don't worry, because we've got something that we can help you with that. But let's get on to the kind of myths that we tend to experience with vibrational alignment. Because as I said, maintaining and elevating your vibrational frequency is vital. That's the thing that we're going to focus on the entire masterclass. It's vital for people going through spiritual awakening, because we're very sensitive to those low vibrational energies. But I literally hang my head in my hands when I see the terrible and actually potentially energetically damaging advice that is out there, because I know from experience that it's only going to serve to lower your vibration considerably, okay? I think it's time that we break down the lies that are leading light workers completely off course, and instead bring that clarity and the light through truth that is going to help us to really see the way forward and the next level of awakening with a bit more ease. So it really doesn't have to be so difficult. Are you with me? Okay, so let's talk about it. 4 lies about energetic alignment that are keeping you stuck in lower vibrations. Number 1 is negative thoughts are low vibe. If I don't think them, they won't lower my point of attraction or my vibration. Most people like to pretend that it works this way, but I think we all know intuitively, deep down, that it just doesn't. Whether you actively think these thoughts or you stop yourself mid-thought, the energy is still there, and if you ignore it, it's not going to stop an energy from existing. Okay, just want you to be aware of that. The second lie that comes up is other people are toxic. If I cut them out of my life, I'll raise my vibration. And this particular myth makes me quite sad, because in desperately trying to cut out anything negative, we can also shut down our compassion and our understanding to connections that might turn out to be beneficial or valuable over time. It's okay for people to have problems and to be human. That's not toxic behaviour. Constant mistreatment without any sort of resolution is, though. But listening to and supporting someone else is not going to lower your vibration, provided it's equally supportive and it is a mutual connection. In fact, if you can access that deeper love and light within so that you can assist another person, you could actively raise your vibration, provided it's balanced. Okay, so it can be a positive thing. Don't think that it's always going to take something from you. That's not necessarily the case, even though that's what you'll read online. Number 3 is, I'm a light worker. I don't get angry, resentful, jealous, vengeful, insert negative emotion here. So this one is, let's be honest, a whopper of a lie. It is unfortunately born of the belief that it's not acceptable to express negative emotion if you're a light worker or if you're a spiritual person. But sadly, it's actually more detrimental to your vibrational frequency to pack those negative emotions down, to stuff them down, because they stay in there. They stay in your vibrational field. If you can express them healthily, you'll feel the relief of getting that energy out. It will be released and you'll raise your vibration in the moment as well. You'll release them to be cleared, and that's definitely a positive thing. Number 4 is, I'm finally out of the darkness, so I must be high vibe now. Unfortunately, this is not necessarily true. If you've had trauma, if you've had times of high stress or even deep depression in your past, if it's unhealed and unresolved, untreated, even if you feel okay now, that old negative energy remains in your auric field and it's constantly lowering your vibrational frequency. And these very, very dense energies really require real healing and clearing to shift them for good, to allow you to reside in those higher frequency energies much more regularly. It's important to know that. Okay, so we've covered the lies. Don't fall for them. Don't believe in them. Know the truth. Feel the truth within, and you'll know how to resonate with those higher frequencies. But the good news is we actually have 4 strategies that you can use to elevate your energy instantly. So let me say, maintaining and raising your vibrational frequency is not only vital for self-care, but it's absolutely necessary in order to move out of those old dense energies of drama, problems, obstacles, and in at those new higher energies, you know, the ones of joy, accelerated awakening, higher vibrational life, and to supercharge your manifesting abilities too. But trust me when I say, it doesn't happen without focused intent. This is why this content isn't everywhere out there. This is why it's something that I tend to work one-on-one, because it requires effort. Okay, it's not something that happens just because you're thinking positive thoughts and you're trying to recite it in your mind. That's not always the case, okay? In fact, when we go through spiritual awakening, we go through such deep emotional purging that simply by not committing to raising your vibration, you're guaranteeing that you're going to stay stuck marinating in those lower, dense vibrational energies. This is not nice at all. So here's our 4 top strategies that you can use to make that shift, okay? Take notes. Okay, so number 1, clear the energy of your home. So things like conflict, ill health, the pressures of daily living, it's getting more and more intense, they can cause negative energy to accumulate over time in your home, and the energy becomes very, very stagnant. It gets congested. But worse than that, any time you spend within your home means that you're marinating in that same old negative energy, which is going to ensure that your vibration stays seriously low, okay? It doesn't matter if you're trying to think positive thoughts, if you're using incense, if you're using crystals, if you're using things to raise your vibration. If you're in an environment that is a low vibration, you're not going to be able to shift that with that alone, okay? So one of the best methods to boost the vibe in your home and in that area is to cleanse. You want to open the windows to let that fresh air in. That really shifts energy. You want to use a room cleaning spray, so you can look at things that have essential oils in. They're usually really good at raising the vibration. You can use a Tibetan singing bowl, which is one of my favourite go-tos. You just hit the bowl and the resonant sound, it's like a bell, just clears the vibration of everything in the room. You really feel a difference. Or the meditation that we're about to talk about can do it for you. We'll have a little link there, and it'll clear your energy out for good. So, second strategy, choose your interactions carefully, okay? So you must know, I'm sure you guys know, that certain people can drain your energy or negatively affect you, whether it's conscious or unconscious. They might not mean it, but some people can really have an effect on your energy. So it might be worth considering to avoid interacting until your vibration's in a stronger state. So if you know that something's off, if you know that you don't feel great, if you're feeling vulnerable, if you're feeling uneasy, if there's been a sort of intense emotional reaction within you, you might want to avoid it till another time if you can. Okay, so instead try to surround yourself with healthy, higher vibrational people, and you'll find that you'll receive the energy from them too, and that'll raise you up a little bit. That can be helpful if you're struggling with it a little bit. Step 3 is acknowledge negative emotions. Now, it is easy to forget among the stress of everything that spiritual awakening is, let's be honest. First and foremost, it is a purging process. And the emotions that arise might seem inconvenient, they'll certainly seem random, but they actually provide us with the key to accelerating our awakening process and reducing the symptoms too. So by becoming aware of any negative emotion that shows up within you, you have the opportunity to clear it, not only for relief in the moment, which is like a big deal when you're not feeling good, but in letting go of all those long-term low vibrations, you actively heal your soul. So that ensures that your progress in your spiritual journey, it really moves forward considerably, and you're going to supercharge your manifesting superpower at the same time too, because you're clearing out the negative energies that stop you from attracting the positive stuff. Does that make sense? Okay, and step 4, which is the most important, but you really want to be covering all of these if you can, is to heal the low vibration within your spirit, to raise your frequency, to maintain it long term, and to supercharge your manifesting superpower. Now, the best way to increase your vibrational frequency, without a doubt, I've tried everything over the years, without a doubt, is with energy healing, because it covers every aspect of effective long-term elevation of your energy. So it clears existing negative energy in your auric field. It brings in higher frequency energies to uplift your vibration. It heals the blocks. This is the problem, other things don't do this. It heals the blocks that cause your vibrational frequency to constantly revert back to that low vibration. Once they are removed, maintaining a high frequency is honestly effortless. It happens naturally. Plus, by clearing out the root of the problem, you're going to transform your point of attraction, ensuring that you are a magnet to the higher energy that you now reside in, rather than the negative energies which do this on autopilot. So the energy that you put out into the world is the energy that you attract. So use energy healing to raise your vibration, then practice manifesting, and you will watch as the positivity flows into your best and happiest life on autopilot. That's what makes it different. It's a natural resonance. You don't have to say affirmations, you don't need to write things down. It's just a natural thing that happens. Okay? It's a really big deal in your life when you get to that space, because awakening's tough. It's your time. It really is your time to get the better energies out of life. Okay, so let's have a recap of what we've learned, because I don't want you to miss a thing. So we talked about how maintaining and elevating your vibrational frequency is vital for people going through spiritual awakening, so that we can move out of the old 3D energies into a higher vibrational life and supercharge our manifesting abilities. Of course, that's because we're very sensitive to negativity. We also talked about what your vibrational frequency is. It's your state of being, and it is affected by everything around you. That's affecting you all the time, and it can throw you seriously off course. I said secretly off course. It's not a secret anymore. The higher your vibrational frequency is, the more happy and in alignment you're going to feel. It's going to revive your spirit, it's going to make you feel more positive, it's going to improve your mood, your outlook, it's going to make you a magnet, this effortless magnet to attract the experiences and the life that you wish for. We talked about the benefits of maintaining and elevating, I'll always say, and elevating your vibration. So your manifesting ability is supercharged, you've got better emotional balance, aligned and connected relationships, you'll feel happy and optimistic, greater intuition, you can have increased energy, you can have heightened spiritual awareness and life alignment, which we really want, clear-headed decision making, reduced resistance and obstacles because things start to flow, and that harmonious body state, a reflection of your energy. And then we also talked about 10 signs that your vibration's too low. So feeling lost or off course, feeling overly emotional or feeling nothing at all, constant fatigue and burnout, feeling overwhelmed, mental fog or sluggish thinking, lacking in self-care, having a cluttered home, and health complaints that can't be measured, treated or healed. So we covered that, and then we talked about the surprising things, the everyday things that actually really lower your vibration. I don't want you to forget these because you come into contact with them every day. It's an everyday maintenance to really raise your vibration. So dehydration, toxic or narcissistic people, stress, too much tech time, a low vibe environment, poor diet, limiting beliefs and perceptions, trash, get that out of your space, out of your home, lack of enjoyment or rest, and stagnant energy. Okay, you want to be avoiding those things as much as possible. And then we talked about the 4 lies about energetic alignment that are actually keeping you trapped in low vibrations. So the idea that negative thoughts are low vibe, if I don't think them, they won't lower my vibration. The other thought was that other people are toxic. If I cut them out, I'll raise my vibration. I'm a light worker, so I don't get angry, resentful, jealous, vengeful, insert negative emotion here. That's a whopper. And 4th lie was, I'm finally out of the darkness, so I must be high vibe now, which isn't, unfortunately, the case. And then we had our 4 strategies to raise your vibration instantly. These really work. This is tried and tested method. I'm sharing with you real secrets here that I work with when I'm working with one-to-one clients, okay? You want to clear the energy of your home. You want to choose your interactions carefully where possible, okay? Watch out for negative people, negative behaviours that are pulling you down. Acknowledge negative emotions when they come up so that they can be released. And heal the low vibration to raise your frequency, maintain it long term. That's the difference with energy healing. And supercharge your manifesting superpower. And you want to do that with energy healing because that's what makes it long term. It's not just a temporary fix that lasts a few hours. It's training your system to tap into those higher frequencies over and over again until it just becomes second nature. It's really very powerful. Now, do you want some help with that? If you do, the good news is you don't need to go to energy healers, you don't need to train, you don't need expensive repeated sessions. If you are ready to get started on raising your vibration right now, then you can check out our brand new energy healing, the vibrational frequency alignment. And it is specifically created to help you to instantly clear negative energy, raise your vibration and supercharge your manifesting superpower to tap into those higher frequencies. Now you can get started in about 10 minutes time, and like I said before, this is what makes it different. We're using energy healing to make it a natural, effortless, automatic reaction in your energy. It really makes it so much easier than saying mantras and trying to do affirmations. It really makes it so much easier to raise and elevate your energy. Now, you won't find an energy healing product like this anywhere else. Our meditations are a special blend of meditation and energy healing and activations. And it's the equivalent of a specifically tailored energy healing session with me because I work with a collection of guides who are dedicated to helping us on the awakening pathway. And when you listen to the meditation, they specifically tailor the healing to you, your energy and your awakening. And you can use it again and again, over and over, to heal the layers from the comfort of your own home and at your own pace. It's a valuable resource that you will use so many times throughout your awakening. You can use it any time that negative energy hits, just to get clear and then to elevate your vibration again, training it into the system so that it becomes automatic over time. So this meditation is going to help to clear existing negative energy in your auric field. It's going to heal the blocks in your energy system that keep you low vibe. It's going to help you tap into higher vibrational frequencies to transform your point of attraction. It's going to instantly uplift your vibration in any circumstance. That's when you want to use it. You feel off, you know something's not right, use the meditation to bring you back to alignment and above to the tap into higher frequencies. And it's going to supercharge your manifesting superpower. It really is something that I'm very proud of, and I think you will love it. Take a look below and see if it resonates with you.